a lot of people are attracted to the idea of things. They're not actually attracted to the thing itself. So when it comes to being real, yeah, people love the idea of real.
Yeah, man. I see greatness, I see impact where you have enough for them youths, yeah. You'll help them to wise up, you see me? Just go and do your thing, fam, no matter when nobody's said. You understand? Yeah, man.
You know it's the Ron Talks channel. Hey, yo, Ron. Back at it again with the Ron Talks channel. You know, the 2 previous videos that I did was about the My Views series. Now we're heading back to the Female Nature series, and the topic for this video is how to heal from a heartbreak. I'm trying to make this video as short as possible, but let's just get right into it. The number one, I'm not going to state this in order, but I'm just going to give the steps. And this is how to heal from a heartbreak for a man. So I know for the woman that's watching this, I'll probably do how to heal from a heartbreak as it relates to a woman on my Female Nature series. And for all my OG subscribers, especially on my Ron Talks Instagram page, the screenshot of the Instagram page should come up here. You know that I did a poll years ago saying that, hey, should I finish the Female Nature series first or do the Male Nature series? Like, how should I do it? You guys voted that I should finish the Female Nature series before doing the Male Nature series. So that's what I'm going to stick to, alright? But in the Female Nature series, the Male Nature series, I'm going to talk about how to heal from a heartbreak from a woman's perspective. But from the Female Nature series, teaching men, I'm going to show you how to heal from a heartbreak from a male's perspective, right? And this how to heal from a heartbreak, this is from a cheating perspective. There's many type of heartbreaks, but this is from a cheating perspective, that the girl you love, your spouse, your wife, your girlfriend cheated on you, how to heal from it as a man. Alright? Number one, let it all out. You know, when this type of thing happens, especially if you're a man that's not really experienced with women, probably this was your first girlfriend you had, probably had this Cinderella mindset as it relates to woman. And if you don't know what is the Cinderella mindset, click the link in the description box as it relates to clicking on that video and watching the video detailing what Cinderella mindset is. I give more details on that. That was an earlier Female Nature series episode that I did years ago. Especially on top of it, not only your inexperience with women, you probably really love this girl, but you probably have a certain, and you had the Cinderella mindset, but also when it comes to your personality, maybe you're a bit insecure about certain things. Maybe you're not fully confident about certain things. Maybe there are certain things that you have in your personal life that bothers you, hence why you put so much emphasis on this girl to be there for you, which is why this heartbreak hits you even more harder. You see, guys don't understand those little traits makes the heartbreak even more deadlier. You have guys that got their heart broken and they healed faster than some men, all because they didn't have those traits. You understand? So yeah. So let out everything, whether it's crying, frustration, anger, pain, let it all out. Don't be ashamed to let it out. Let it all out. You could let this all out in your room. I don't know your living situation. Maybe you can go somewhere where you know in your community that nobody's there. Find an avenue, let it all out. I think letting it all out, I wouldn't advise to vent to anybody. But if you have somebody you can trust, fine. But I think this type of venting and letting out that emotion and energy, it's best to do alone. You know? Because after all, nobody else knows that pain in that situation with that specific girl besides you. Secondly, when you let it all out, you know, yeah, as men, a lot of men, most men have fragile egos, whether they want to admit it or not. Luckily for me, I've trained my mind to not have a fragile ego, to not have an ego. You know? That's why people can say certain things to me, whether woman and man, and I don't get my feelings about it. You know? So, I don't want to fight you over it. I look at the bigger picture. But most men have fragile egos, and women watching this know that. And men, if you're honest about yourself, you know most men have fragile egos. So put your ego to the side. When you're done letting out the tears and the emotion, the screaming, the anger, the pain, start to sit down and analyze that relationship. Start to look at it and say, how did it reach this point? How did it reach this point to getting cheated on? How did it reach this point for this to happen? Start to connect the dots and put your ego to the side. Think without, you were in love with this girl more than likely, right? It led to a heartbreak. You were in love. Take the blinds off and start to think deeply in this relationship, right? Where did it go wrong? This is not me blaming you as a man for the heartbreak, This is me telling you as a man to analyze the relationship and see exactly what went left. Because it never started like this. You fell in love with her for a reason, so there must have been something good that was happening prior, leading up to the heartbreak, or before that turn came and then everything went sour. When you finish analyzing and connecting the dots, if there's any part in that relationship where you did something wrong, I'm not saying you doing something wrong justified her hurting you, but you did something wrong that changed the whole route of the relationship or affected the route of the relationship, you need to take accountability for that as a man. Every day niggas say women need to take accountability, women need to take accountability. And I understand, and that's true. But as men, there are certain things you need to take accountability for too. And I think because of a lot of men fragile ego, they try to give this patriotic or overlook that part of that point, and not realizing you taking accountability is a big step in moving on from that hurt. So you need to understand that you played a part. Whether you never spend enough time with her, you never do this, you never do that. No, that does not justify her cheating, but it does play a part. Take it from a dude that's been a side nigga many times. I've been a side nigga more than I've been the main man. So I can tell you, from my experience with women, looking outside and looking in, alright, women are set up more differently than men. Attention and giving your girl attention and spending time with her, it goes a long way. Even if you have a good reason not to spend as much time, it affects the relationship. So you need to look at what went wrong as it relates to what you did. You need to take accountability of that. And it doesn't even need to be something that you did affecting the relationship. Maybe the relationship was showing sour signs, and yet that was your chance and your sign to leave, and yet you still stayed. So you have to take accountabilities that you should have been left this girl before it reached that point. So this accountability thing I'm telling you about, it goes in many ways. It all depends on the type of relationship you had with that girl and what happened and what occurred during the relationship. So once you plot out the lines, you let out all the energy, the pain, the frustration, you start to go through the relationship and see where you went wrong. You take accountability for what you did wrong, what you missed out on, the red flags you missed, those type of things. After you do that, once you take accountability of that part, you begin to move on. Because here's the thing, you let out the pain, you plot the lines in the relationship to see what actually happened, where all of this changed to a heartbreak from being in love. You take accountability that you missed out on the red flags. Because a lot of men ignore the signs. Take it from a side nigga, a lot of men, they ignore the signs. Women are not that good at cheating, but I'm going to make another video on that. A lot of men are just naive or inexperienced with women, or just naive of their girl. And all of that can go back to Cinderella mindset as well. Link is in the description box as it relates to that video that I made years ago in the Female Nature series. So now is your time to move on after doing all of that. You might look at me and say, Ronald, how do I move on after that heartbreak? Heartbreak comes in so many levels. What if it's the most extreme one? How do I move on? Self-improve. I've said this in the video prior, And I'm not gonna stop saying it. Self-improve. That's what I've seen with other men, and that's what I've seen with me when I got my heart broken. Self-improving always helps. Improve your life. Become a better man than you were than when the girl broke your heart. Self-improve. Self-improve. Yeah. Self-improve. And before even self-improving, I forgot to even mention this. Let go. But that goes back to moving on. So I guess, yeah, it's the same thing in a sense. When I said to move on, yeah. But you can move on from something and not let it go. So I had to state that. So self-improve. You see, when you self-improve, you actually get to find your purpose during this journey. And you're going to be so caught up with getting better and moving forward. She's just going to be a distant memory. Guys, I had 2 girls break my heart. 2 girls have ever broken my heart. One in primary school. This is why I'm glad I got experience with women from an early age. Primary school. I cried like I don't even know what to compare my tears to how I cried. And you know what's funny? When I cried for that first heartbreak, we were young. You know, primary school, we're very young. I felt guys never clowned me. Guys never laughed at me. I felt a more togetherness that broke hold. You see, it's when we get older, everything start get corrupt. When I got my second heartbreak, I was in college. And that's when I felt alone. My first heartbreak, I felt like I had the support of my guy friends. I felt I had the support, like the aura of guys there. College, I felt alone. The way how I cried for my first heartbreak in primary school, I know in this day and age, if I cried like that in front of men, especially Jamaican men, they'll laugh at me. They'll clown me. But yet back in primary school, when same Jamaican men, when we were younger, probably more naive with our mindset, more immature and not experienced like how adults would call us, we had more love. We had more togetherness. There have been times in primary school I see people fight today and tomorrow them will laugh with each other. In this day and age with adults and people, they'll hold that grudge to the day they die. Ain't no forgiving. And what helped me with those situations, I self-improve. To the point where those girls that broke my heart came chasing me back. Came wondering, oh, I ran out of that. You look good. This. Can't believe. I can go in so many deeper details, but that's personal. I've seen how self-improvement helps. But the point of self-improvement is not to show your ex or the person that broke your heart that, oh, I'm so great, now come chase me. Self-improvement is for you. That's just a plus. If she cares to see you after that, but that's just a plus. Self-improve. Some of you guys are so caught up, always on Instagram watching people's stories, you know, but you're not interacting with them, but you just watch out them life and they create this perception. Talking behind niggas back who's supposed to be a so-called friend, doing all of this snake shit. But if you did all that energy and put it within yourself, you'll be surprised how better your life is. Some of you guys substance abuse, smoke and drink crazy. I can relate to that. If you took all that energy and money you spent on all of that and put it within yourself or invest in something sensible, you'll be surprised how different your life would be. Guys, nothing is wrong as a man when you get your heart broken to cry. Nothing is wrong in feeling sad. Don't make society or women tell you otherwise. Nothing is wrong in being emotional when it comes to that type of betrayal. You know what's wrong when you go through that? When you start to be resentful, you start to be bitter, you start to be cold, you start to generalize all women, you start to hurt innocent women. I can understand some men in prison, you know, who got hurt from a girl and end up killing her or something, and they spend time in prison. I give more respect to him than the men that get hurt from a woman, and instead of hurting back that girl, you start to hurt innocent girls that had nothing to do with their pain, and these are the type of girls that will treat you well. It goes both ways. I respect a woman that probably get abused by her husband and she kill him and gone to prison than a woman that get hurt by her husband and start to take it out on innocent guys that will treat her well. Hurt people, but hurt the person that hurt you. Don't hurt innocent people that had nothing to do with your pain. You understand? That's the thing. Guys, nothing is wrong with being emotional and feeling hurt that you got your heart broken. Don't make, especially Jamaican culture, don't make these Jamaican waste men laugh at you, bash you. So it go, dog, so it go. And they wonder why mental health is crap. That's how men talk to men, you know. Especially Jamaican men, you know. No, and I saw it go. It should have never went that way. But it happened. How do I move on as a man? And sometimes as a man, if the heartbreak is that bad, I suggest you seek therapy. If it's so bad, you want to kill yourself, seek therapy. Let me give you a story. I know of a story where there was this girl. She had sex with her boyfriend's best friend. Her boy best friend told her to tell him, like, confess your thing. It looking away, probably the conscience start bother them after they do the dirt. The boyfriend found out. The boyfriend killed himself. You know why the boyfriend killed himself? It's not due to just the heartbreak, you know. I can guarantee you the signs were in that relationship that the best friend was fooling with her. You see, that's the thing, you know. You see, men, you don't understand when you're naive to women, you know, and the truth come out and blow up in your face, it hurts even more that the red flags were in your face and you never realize. And that type of embarrassment, knowing that we're the logical creatures, that can drive you insane. Because you're looking at yourself so stupid. How could I not see this coming? How did I not see this was happening? Not to mention it was your best friend, so that's another type of betrayal. That's two, your girl and the best friend. That's two heartbreaks in one. Especially if you're a type of guy that probably never have a girlfriend before, maybe just have one or two girlfriends, not really have sex much, all these type of things in one. You have this Cinderella mindset about women. That added on with your best friend doing that to you and your girlfriend, it can drive you insane. So I'm not surprised that he killed himself if you add in those factors, if that was the case with him. Some guys might look at him as weak for killing himself, but you don't realize the deeper reason why he killed himself. It's the embarrassment. And I think as a man, if you have a girl and she's cheating on you with a family member or a close friend, the signs are there. You just not look. You can't tell me no, the red flags are there. Women are not that good at cheating than what you think. But I'm going to make that for a separate video. They're not that good. It's just either the man is naive, inexperienced with the woman, or just naive of his girl. One of the three options. I've seen it many times before. I've been the side nigga and I've been the main nigga. And when I'm the main nigga and I got cheated on, I found out. Because ain't no naiveness with me. Ain't no inexperience with woman with me. Ain't no naiveness on a girl me there with. Me know the truth because I've been there and I done that. I use other people's experiences too. All that embarrassment caused him to kill himself. All of that in one. I'm telling you guys. I know of a case where a girl, she have sex with her husband's cousin, breed for the cousin, and the husband think it's his baby. You see why I don't trust men? You women watching this. You see why I don't really trust men? You see this is just one of the many reasons why I don't trust these niggas, you know. It's easy to look at the girl and say, oh, you're trash. If you experience with a woman, trust me, things like that don't surprise you. But the men, that bro code, that morality, I can go on and on with the cheating stories that I know of. Ain't no code with them. Why would you look at your cousin's girl, much less wife? And then these are the type of people that get their brains blown out. And they see on news that he killed the family and killed himself. And you want me to feel sorry for them? Some of these newscasts you see, where a man kill himself and kill the family, don't jump to feel sorry for the family, You don't know what was happening behind the scenes. It could have been like the scenario I stated. It could be just like that. It's just that the outside world never knows. So judging outside in, it looks like it's just a big mess, when there's a reason why he did that. This is the Ron Talks channel. This is the Female Nature series, How to Heal from a Heartbreak. See, I tried to keep it short and say 20 minutes again. It's like, every time. You niggas just need a whole documentary, man. I just gotta teach. Yeah, we out.